Alright, got another domination game because I'm the most predictable person on the planet, as most of you probably already know. This was a very hard-fought battle, which is why I'm posting it, and I don't do that great in this game. In fact, I can't really remember if I go positive or not, and I don't feel like skipping to the end, so we're just gonna wing this one. Just to talk about what I'm thinking here, I want to flank over to A real quick, get attack insertion behind it, and try to capture it. Attack insertion is of course just in case I die. That way I'm right there, so I don't have to try flanking again. I can try to capture it again, but fortunately I do get the capture. And the spawns start switching after that, so pretty much the stack insertion becomes useless. And for a few times I still even plant it there again, just in case. Which can be a good thing, actually. I mean, if they killed me and started capturing A, I would spawn behind them. So keeping attack insertion at a point, even if that point is already yours, can be a very beneficial thing. It lets one person guard that point while the other teammates go after the other 2 points. So it can be good. Now, this is going to be the case in most maps, but this map especially, B is kind of the deciding point. In a lot of maps, you know, it's just kind of get 2 points and try to hold them to keeping 1 point. In this map, one of your points is almost always going to have to be B. I mean, you can have A and C for a few seconds while they have B, but odds are they're going to spawn at either A or C and capture it. So, most of this game is a fight for B, at least for me. I think Pip spent a lot of time trying to capture C, which was good. I mean, one, because she's actually really good at being sneaky and getting points, and two, because it draws them away, and they outnumbered us 4-3, which doesn't sound that bad, but trust me, it really can be. So having her pull as many people back to C was very helpful. In fact, let's talk about that real quick. One person doesn't sound like that bad, considering it was, like I said, only 4-on-3. But if you think about that percentage-wise, they had 33% more people than we did. If you think about that just in-game-wise, let's think about this. If we kill one of them, until that guy can respawn and get back into the action, it becomes 3-on-3, which is a nice 1-to-1. If they kill one of us, it becomes 4-on-2, which is a 2-to-1. So, that's just one example of what can happen. Having that one extra person can be a huge difference. Now, the game before this was 5-on-3, because that's how the game likes us. It's like, oh, we can make this 4-on-4 right now. Or, we could throw you 3 together and the other 5 guys on the same team. So we got to enjoy that. I think if I remember right, it was 5-on-4 and then one guy dropped out. And that's not really the game's fault. I just like to be bitter. So I went ahead and blamed it on it. Which also brings me to a few etiquette points. Now, I'm not trying to accuse this team of doing it in this game, because they really don't. But if you outnumber a team, you're just not allowed to camp. I'm sorry. Like, if you feel the need to camp when you outnumber a team, then you should really just give up on video games in general. I mean, camping at any time is just a douchebag thing to do, and there's really no justified reason to do it ever. But if you outnumber a team, then really, I'm sorry, that's all I have to say. Really. Now, when it was 5-on-3, they had 3 or 4 people camping the entire game. So when they really outnumbered us, they were giant dicks. And I don't feel bad about saying that. I really don't. And the funny thing is we almost won that game. We at least put up a good fight. I think it was like 160 something to 200 at the end. And when they have almost twice as many people as we do, that's pretty pathetic of them. I'm just going to downright saying, there's no sugarcoating that for them. That is pretty damn sad. Now, next rule. If you outnumber a team and you beat them, you're not allowed to talk crap. Now, I'm not accusing that team of doing that. When they beat us, they were all silent. I'm not sure if they didn't have headsets or maybe if they were in parties or anything. I don't know. But the lobby was quiet. And I was very grateful because if they tried to talk crap, I can't be held responsible for the things I would have said. I can be a very bitter person. So this video was just a giant rant about people. Anyway, more fighting for B. I do want to give quite a bit of credit to this team, though. They could be very unpredictable. Like, while we were fighting for B, they would come from just random points, and you just didn't know what to expect. You could never look the right way with them, and that's a good way to be. You don't want to be predictable, especially in a domination game, because if you start being predictable, you're going to get trapped in a spawn because you're trying to do the same things over and over. But this team did what they could, and I do want to give them credit for that. It was really annoying in the game. Also, I definitely shot the crap out of that guy, and somehow he got a kill. So yeah, and that wasn't even a theater fail. That was, you could see it in the theater mode. I shot the crap out of that guy. That was a huge theater fail. I shot that guy, I think, 8 to 10 times on my screen, and that's all that happened according to the theater. So, yay! And even according to the game, we had 4 bars. That's a lie. I don't think anyone ever has 4 bars, ever. I'm not even sure the host ever has 4 bars. I think the host really only has 3 and everyone else only has 2. I'm not sure 4 bars exist, except for if you're on the other team. If you're on the other team, then you could very well have 5 bars. That seems to be the situation we're in most of the time. I feel like I've done a lot of complaining about a game I like. More fighting for B! Yay! Really, that's all. This has the illusion of a domination game, but it was actually a King of the Hill game, with B being the hill.
Securing Charlie.
Now, it almost looks like the spawns are starting to switch there, but they don't really. This guy starts going for A few times, so I gotta come through this window and fail epically at shooting him. It looks like a huge fail in the theater. It was bad, don't get me wrong, but it was not that bad. But he still died, so, you know, could have been worse. That guy with this flamethrower, which I still don't know how I feel about flamethrowers. I mean, they're cool, and they're not, like, overpowered or anything. I just don't see the point of ever using them. They're fun to use, but they're not very effective. Anything that limits your range to that small, it's great if you're staying indoors, but if you're staying indoors, then you're probably not moving around much, and, well, we all know how I feel about that. That guy trying to take my point again, and I was having none of it.
Secured, hold your positions.
That guy heading towards B, and that was kind of my strategy. They're gonna shoot me regardless of what I do. I might as well get a grenade on the point. And it worked. It worked for the most part, you know. Shot the RC car after epically failing, but killed the RC car. Those annoying little buggers. That's right, I just said buggers. Okay, I've been ranting and rambling so long now, I don't even remember what I was talking about, or if I was talking about anything. Oh, here's another epic theater fail. Yeah. I actually pre-fired on that guy because I knew he was in there. And on my screen, I watched him go in there, which is how I knew he was in there. Yeah, on that screen, he just apparently got the jump on me, which is not how that worked at all. I'm not sure how the game got that impression. Anywho, moving on, the game's almost over. We've got them dominated. We were congratulating ourselves at this point because we did figure we were going to win the game, which, a little preemptive, I know. It's not, this still could have come back, but I think when you start dominating a team 3-on-4, then you can start feeling pretty good about yourselves. And oddly enough, they captured B, which is just weird. Wheezy called in his Blackbird, which I don't know if you guys have really taken advantage of, but I think the Blackbird is one of the best kill streaks in the game, if not the best. I'm like other people where they like to use kill streaks that kill things, but
We lost A.
if you actually take the time to
Enemy
compare how
jamming
you
our
do,
radar.
I'm willing to bet that you'll get more kills because of a Blackbird than a kill streak would have gotten kills. Now, it doesn't happen all the time, but a lot of times. So yeah, that was our epic
We
win.
executed the mission perfectly.
I rambled and ranted a lot. Next video should be more friendly. Bye!